The nature of work is this: change is inevitable. Returning to the arts of anthropology and hive science is a way to bring harmony back to business. I'm Dr. Maaxa. I'm a professor of anthropology and someone who has been studying the ways people work for a couple of decades now.
Thank you, Ali. I am Chad Seegmiller. I am a performance consultant who has been obsessed with the honey beehive for years now. As I've done my research, I have found that this humble organization is going to be worth something like $25 billion by 2025. When you look at the function inside of the hive, it is harmonious, it is productive, it is cohesive, they are engaged. And Ali, we have some lessons to learn from the queen.
We really do. And why are bees so important? Why are they so essential? Because of their resilience, their ability to adapt over time, their ability to know their own strengths in the hive. These are things that actually humans have been doing for a really long time as well. And it's something that we see in our most successful organizations and teams. Now, the pandemic brought a lot of change. We've also seen all kinds of macro change in the world and micro change in our local communities and our organizations. How do we roll with the punches? How do we stay resilient and productive and aligned over time? We're going to look back to thousands of years of hive science and organizational anthropology to understand how we can survive and thrive in the midst of all these changes.
And Ali, speaking of change, I think something that's so important about this work is to understand where we have come from an organizational design perspective. Back in the Industrial Revolution, they brought to us Fordism, or as some might call it, Taylorism, which is a mechanistic model. We had engineers bring us a business model that said, you as a human should perform like a machine. But we have learned fundamentally that's not how humans work. In order for us to be adaptable and ready, in a constant ready state of change, we need to look back to living systems and understand how living beings and how living systems work and bring those frameworks back into the workplace.
Yeah, mechanistic movement is not how nature works. Now, it works in patterns, but it doesn't work like a machine. So, what we want to do is apply the thickness of both the natural sciences and the behavioral sciences to the complexity of the work lives we lead. The best way to do that is to develop a skill set centered around the core 6 staples of this approach in order to help organizations level up and get ready for more change and more ritual, more return, more cooperation, and more humming in the hive.
On that note, I think we should say welcome to Beings and Beehives, and we are so excited for you to dive in and learn a little bit more about how to take this big-minded framework and apply it into your workplace today.
For each of our lessons, we take a really close deep dive on hive science. We take a really close look at the ways that bees interact with each other in the hives, how they change from season to season, and how they remain resilient over time. We also look at anthropology to understand how human culture builds in a sense of return through ritual, through communication, and through collaboration. In fact, we use the anthropology of innovation in parallel with hive science to give you applicable, actionable lessons for working with your teams in ways that matter.
And this is what I love about our collaboration, Ali, is we're bringing the hive, we're bringing the behavioral sciences, and we're helping you achieve harmony within your teams.
That's where we're going with it, Chad. So I'm so excited to announce this new endeavor, to let people know what we're up to, and to tell them to check out our new website, which is beingsandbeehives.org. We have all kinds of fun stuff going on, including an in-person flagship seminar coming up this February here in Portland and then beyond. And we also have a series of online lightning courses and longer-term courses for applying the behavioral sciences, organizational theory, and anthropology to your work lives.
So today you can go to beingsandbeehives.org and start checking out some of our blog posts, do a deep dive to understand some of the deeper depths in what we're talking about today.
And wave hello anytime. Reach out. We'll find 20 minutes with you and we will geek out about all things being in beehives. So don't be a stranger.